Hey, those C's to pop. You ready?
Are you ready?
Always.
Are your lips thoroughly moisturized?
Thoroughly moisturized. Yes.
Cool.
All right. Welcome to the Infamous Degenerates Podcast. It's your man, your guy, your boy, Mo. And my lovely co-host,
Leona Campbell.
All right. And for those of you who may know, this was a podcast at one point. And then we went on the forever hiatus. And now we're back. It's the return. And today's episode, it's all about the new year. As the time this episode goes out, it'll be January 6th. So, new year, 2019. A lot of good shit's going down. A lot of good shit's happening. But we're going to start with the most important letter. And that's the letter that sponsored us today. The letter K. You may ask yourself why the letter K.
Is this Sesame Street?
No, but no. We're going to talk about things this episode featuring the letter K and how the letter K took over the world in 2018. But first, tell me about your 2018.
I'm stuck on how the letter K took over 2018.
I have all the explanations, but first, tell me about your 2018.
It's fine. I didn't finish a book at all.
Okay.
I thought about it a lot. My mom's house burned down.
Whoa, that's rough.
Yeah.
that escalated quick.
And she gave me a box of everything that survived it, and it was like a bunch of clothes that weren't mine.
Cool.
A box in the shape of a book that I bought at an AC Moore. I remember it.
Okay.
Meet Joe Black on VHS.
All right.
Seasons 1 through 4 of Criminal Minds on DVD.
Oh, I saw that in your living room.
Yeah. Season 2 of Dark Angel.
Okay.
Even though I own Season 1. Don't know where it is. But I guess the fire ate it. But Season 2 of Dark Angel. And I feel like that's it.
So a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, actually, no.
Oh, it's not right. Okay.
There was a little notebook.
Okay.
And I was flipping through it to see maybe there was some useful information in it. And there was the entire plot line of a story that I wrote and forgot about. So,
well, maybe you can finish that one this year.
Past me is dope.
Okay. So a scale of 1 to 10, 2018.
Would not repeat.
Would not repeat. Okay. 10 out of 10, wouldn't do again?
Yeah.
All right.
10 out of 10. Well, 10 out of 10. It was great while it lasted. Will not come back.
All right. Well, my 2018 was meh. I started the year off finding out my girlfriend at the time was cheating on me. And then,
that was fun.
I dated a girl who, ended up leaving me for like a 40-year-old dude with ED.
Don't forget about the girl that kind of stalked you in a way. It was like you dated, but like, I feel like she thought she was your stalker and you thought she was your girlfriend. And y'all just weren't on the same page about a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah, that was an off and on thing throughout the year.
Yeah, it was like I'm outside your house. I mean, if you're stalking somebody, you're not supposed to tell them that you're there.
I mean, then I ended up getting a new job, and that was dope. And I met a new girl, and that's dope. And, so, like, it's a 5 out of 10. I got to see Hamilton. Actually, it's a 8 out of 10. I got to see Hamilton this year.
How was that?
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Was it the original Broadway cast?
Yes. It was most of the original cast.
Was Lin-Manuel there?
Lin-Manuel was there.
Oh, you got to see the Lin-Manuel.
Yeah.
The original Miranda.
All right. So, how did the letter K take over the world, you ask, in 2018? Well, K-pop just blew up all over the fucking place. And for some reason, Kim Kardashian got to take over prison reform.
She's never been to prison, though.
And then the whole saga that was Kanye West and Donald Trump.
You mean their love story?
Kim Jong-un was all in American politics for some reason.
He was. Well, because he's always threatening to bomb something, and I'm just like, see, this is why you'll never be in the big leagues with America, because when America wants to bomb somebody, we just fucking do it. So there are no talks. There was
Gaddafi, was he killed this year?
No.
Was he killed 2018 or was that 2017?
No, that was like...
That was Obama. Gaddafi was killed during Obama.
Which Obama? Obama 1 or Obama 2?
Obama 2.
Yeah, so okay. A while
There
ago.
was just a lot of cool K things happening. So this episode, we're picking a K. You can't start a new subject unless there's a K in it. And I'm gonna deflect it to you so you can get this K-pop shit off properly as you've been wanting to talk about.
No.
Or would you like to start me? I can start.
No, I can talk about K-pop. 2018 started a little rough for the K-pop community. There's a solo artist who committed suicide.
Whoa, that's rough.
So it kind of shed a light on how mental illness is treated in South Korea, which
is not.
Yeah, for him it wasn't treated very well. I've heard a couple stories. I didn't really do much research because it makes me sad. But
okay.
So that happened. But, he was also part of a group, and they kind of picked themselves back up and did a big concert in his honor. But then,
dope.
Of course, there's always assholes, so there were people who were saying that they were capitalizing on his suicide and using it as a marketing ploy to try to be famous. Well, not to be famous. They already were famous, but they were using it as a marketing ploy.
Okay.
And then, when they came out with a new album, they kind of had a tribute to him on the front cover of the album. They had, his silhouette.
Yeah.
And there were people that were, saying again that they were capitalizing on it and using it to their advantage. And it's that was their friend. He was basically their brother.
What group?
Shiny.
Shiny?
Yeah.
Like the song from Moana, Shiny?
It's spelled differently.
Oh.
But yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but one of their, hit songs was Lucifer.
Like the TV show?
Sure.
Is it cool Lucifer, or is it TV show Lucifer, comic book Lucifer, or is it Christian Bible, bad times Lucifer?
I don't know. I never listened to it.
Oh, okay.
I never listened to Shiny. I never listened to that.
That's a great way that's how we start the show right there. 7 minutes in, and our K-pop expert starts talking about K-pop that she didn't listen to.
Well, I support them all because they all work very hard. They start training at 12, basically. Okay. It's basically you're like an apprentice. Whereas instead of being a blacksmith or a wood carver, you're a singer. You're an apprentice singer. You know how many K-pop singers came into training not actually being able to sing? They train them to sing. They train them to dance. If you don't know how to rap, they teach you how to rap.
Damn, I should move to Korea. I should have moved to Korea years ago as a child to do this. Nah.
You can say that.
No?
No.
Damn, that's wild. They discriminate against the black guys in Korea too?
Who doesn't?
Damn, that's wild.
Show me a country that don't. Even in Africa, it's not
You got me there.
Show me a place. show me this Narnian place.
Alright, well, so 2018, I discovered K-pop for myself personally, because you sent me a bunch of stuff.
I did. I try to force it down everyone's throats.
And oh my god, you sent me a video about 4 weeks ago maybe. I think the guy's name was Monster X.
That's a group.
Oh, the group is Monster.
Yeah, Monster X is the whole group.
Okay. Well, it was this one dude. They got the song in English, and then they got the song in Korean.
It's NCT.
Oh, it's NCT. Okay, my bad. But those guys were dope. And
I like NCT. Once you learn all their names, you're in it.
Big Bang was on Ellen, and that was pretty dope.
Big Bang wasn't on Ellen. That was BTS.
Oh. Big Bang Attack, Dragon Ball Z move.
G-Dragon of Big Bang is friends with Missy Elliott.
Okay. Who's the guy who did the song with Fall Out Boy?
RM. He's in BTS.
Okay. BTS was on Ellen.
Yeah, they went on Ellen twice.
There were Big Bang T-shirts. No, that was BTS as well. And Hot Topic. But yeah, K-pop, I noticed it was a big cultural movement this year, and it took over Billboard for a while.
Yeah, so it's interesting because K-pop is very isolated. Okay. It's also kind of like with Bollywood, how over there they have their huge celebrities. They have their, they have their Aretha Franklins and their, Michael Jackson is universal. But, they have all of their classic stars. Okay. And so, but we've never heard of them.
This is true.
But what's wild is they've heard of ours.
Because America thrives on entertainment where most cultures do not.
Well, it's not even that we thrive on entertainment. We thrive on imperialism. Our music is featured more in other countries than we think it is. I was doing research. Okay. I was doing research for a book that I'm writing, and I wanted Israeli pop singers. Okay. Because I wanted to incorporate some of Israel's pop music into the storyline, and I couldn't find any. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm not typing in the right thing. And I was, okay, what are the top 20 popular pop songs in Israel right now? And like, they were all like American songs.
Yeah, it was Cardi B.
Yeah, it was
like
all
it like that.
Yeah, it was all like Maroon 5 and shit. So I'm just like, do y'all have music? Or is it just ours?
I mean...
Like, all the YouTubers that I watch, every time they go out, they go to a store, yeah, there'll be K-pop playing, but then the very next song is one of ours.
Okay.
Like, they'll be at the store and a BTS song will play, sure, but the very next one will be Taki Taki.
I don't know what the fuck Taki Taki is.
It's a song with DJ Snake, Cardi B, Selena Gomez.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Latin American like music is taking over the scene as well.
And it would have come sooner if that bitch hadn't killed Selena. But that wasn't a K. Oh, no, K. Kill. Damn, I did it.
Well, speaking of Selena, transition. Ooh, I'm going into my man Kanye. yeah, I don't know where you thought this was going.
To be honest, I didn't think
okay, well,
it was going anywhere.
Oh, damn.
Well, you were like speaking of Selena, and I'm just like, Quintanilla or Gomez? Or a different Selena? Well,
I was thinking Gomez. I know you were talking about the Selena, like the big pop singer before there was a Selena Gomez.
Quintanilla.
But then I was like, Selena Gomez. How can I get the Kanye from Selena Gomez? Miley Cyrus, Mike Will made it. Hip hop, Kanye West. Like
you could have gone a lot simpler than that.
Probably.
Selena Gomez is friends with Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
Taylor Swift, Kanye West.
Well, Kanye West has influenced pop music this year in a much bigger way than you think, because all the new hip hop acts sound like Heartbreaks and 808s. That auto-tune Kanye West album where he was just crying about his mom and his girl.
I shouldn't have laughed at that. I'm sorry.
Right, but that's what the whole album sound like. That's what all the new hip hop stars acts sound like, and they all want to be rock stars. They all want to be pop icons. That's why you could be on a song crying, and they get Cardi B murdering you at the strip club in the same record. But now I got this crossover appeal. Juice WRLD just did a song with fucking Brendan Urie.
Well, Brendan Urie is also universal.
Okay.
Listen. Say what you will. Brendan Urie is our generation's Freddie Mercury.
Say what you mean. Tell me I'm right. But it's
and then it all rained down on me.
Oh, but it's just...
Give me a sign. I want to believe.
I'm going to need a drink. like, trying to have a tame first episode, get back into the form of things.
You shouldn't have called me then.
No, this doesn't work. This doesn't work if it's not the original team. For those of you who don't know, The Infamous Degenerates was a podcast that was born from another podcast.
Which was an offshoot of a third podcast.
Which was an idea I actually stole from a podcast, so you're not too far off. And, it became a podcast, and then it went away for a while, and then, I was doing this YouTube thing, and you were doing the book writing thing.
And I got married.
Then you got married.
Yeah.
And then we went to a New Year's party to relaunch.
And some shit went down.
And shit went crazy.
We almost got into a fight.
Yeah.
Not with each other, with other people.
And then I got back into YouTube, and next thing I know, our YouTube channel was not doing great, and everybody was like, "Oh man, we need a rebrand." I'm like, I got this whole brand right here that exists already. Let's use that. And so now we're back, and now we're talking about K's. And from Kanye, I'm gonna segue to the next terrible discussion: Kim Kardashian and the rise of celebrities in American politics.
I don't necessarily see a problem with celebrities getting involved in politics because they are also American citizens.
Okay.
They also live here.
Okay.
And yes, they may get paid millions of dollars, but they are still affected by what may happen. Let's say tomorrow Trump makes a law that if your grandfather wasn't born in America, you gotta get the fuck out. That's Kim K. She gotta go.
So, yeah, a lot of people don't realize that Kim Kardashian is Armenian or some shit.
Her family's Persian or whatever. So it's she's gotta go. And there's a bunch of people who gotta get the fuck out.
But as a country, we shouldn't be at the point where our president is a WWE Hall of Famer. Okay? Donald Trump is a professional wrestler.
There's nothing wrong.
Let's keep it a buck.
There's nothing wrong with our president being a professional wrestler. It doesn't matter what you used to do. George W. Bush used to be a fucking cheerleader.
George W. Bush used to be a cokehead. Let's keep it a buck.
It doesn't matter what you used to do.
Wait, which Bush are we talking about?
W.
Okay, yeah, that's the second one. I'm like, wait, the other one's HW. I'm like, wait a minute. HW wasn't a cokehead that I know of.
Extra experience to get an extra letter.
Yeah.
But, like, it doesn't matter what you used to do or where you came from. I mean,
but
not Richard Nixon. Ronald Reagan used to be an actor.
Yeah.
But people like to fucking put him up on a pedestal like he was the greatest American president on earth. He may have been for some people. He may not have been for others.
That's because he figured out how to legalize a war on planets and incarcerate millions of minorities. That's why he will always go down as the greatest. But he managed to legalize slave labor again. That's why people like Ronald Reagan.
And that's why that dude tried to shoot him.
Or is it Nixon I'm thinking of? Which one of them? You let us know in the YouTube comments. Was it Reagan or Nixon?
Reagan or Nixon.
Who re-legalized slave labor?
The Great American Debate. Was it Reagan or Nixon?
But
was it Ronnie or Tricky Dick?
My problem is with these celebrities getting involved in politics. Like, there's a lot of grossly unqualified people doing things. Like that billionaire who's the head of education reform, and Linda McMahon who's the head of small business. Like, these things don't make sense. What the fuck Kim Kardashian know about prison reform is beyond me.
So, yes, there are some unqualified people getting involved in some things, but just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean you automatically should be discounted. Ashton Kutcher is leading the way and breaking up sex trafficking rings.
And what's her face? Come on, homegirl, Hermione Granger,
Emma Watson,
UN.
She's a UN Youth Ambassador.
Yes.
Brenda Song. Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior. Yeah. She's a Chinese ambassador. She's a Chinese UN ambassador or whatever.
Nice.
For, like, the Chinese youth government or whatever. J.K. Rowling started a foundation to help with, sex trafficking rings and kids being sold as slaves and whatnot. So it's like, there's nothing wrong with a celebrity getting involved. The problem is the fact that a celebrity has to get involved. What exactly is going on in the upper echelons of the government and all the other stuff if it takes Bill Gates or some other rando dude who had a guest spot on NCIS to step in and be like, okay, well, y'all aren't fixing this shit, so I'm gonna fix it.
So I disagree with you. That's not the issue. Like, the issue I have with the celebrities getting involved is not what they're doing. It's the celebrities that are using their platforms to push agendas that are not beneficial to the public at large. Like, you can be a well-known celebrity and everybody can know your political stance. But if you start a foundation designed to fund the KKK, that's a problem. Nobody's done that I know of. But gotta go back to that musical genius who's like the worst kind of person in the world right now. Mr. West is using his platform to hijack the minds of a bunch of impressionable youths to think that fucking Agent Orange is looking out for them.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm getting at. And then him allowing him and his wife allowing them to use their platforms to fucking brainwash the masses that hang on to their every fucking word.
Yeah.
To get behind this bullshit that will allow them to continue to fly in this $250,000 private jet and tear up our environment is ridiculous.
Yeah. What irritates me about the whole situation is that people want to talk about how Obama spent, I'm just going to make up a number. Let's say he spent $30 million playing golf. He spent $30 million in 8 years playing golf. Trump spent $30 million in a month playing golf at his own resort.
Give or take.
That shit should have been free.
Yeah.
So it's
because had he not been president of the United States, he wouldn't have built a resort for that.
Yeah. So it's like you're bashing Obama for shit that he did over an extended period of time, but you're not bashing this dude for doing it in a short amount of, like, whatever Obama's sins may be, whatever.
I'll say a lot of shady shit went down under Obama, but shady shit goes down under presidency.
Yeah, shady shit goes up. Like, I was president of an anime club and shady shit was going down. We was kicking people out left and right. Because we could. Because we were in power, and that's why I don't go into politics. But here's the thing. It's like whatever his sins were, whatever he promised to do and failed to do, or whatever it is he didn't follow through for the black community, what he promised he said he was going to do, whatever his sins were, it is not as bad as this fucking dude spending all of your hard-earned tax money, all the money that he spent fucking going golfing. He could have just built the damn wall himself. You don't need billions of dollars. First of all, the wall's not going to do anything. Because, as we know, per statistics, all they're going to do is buy plane tickets, fly here, and then never leave.
Man, listen, all we know about walls and war and country political structure anywhere, walls don't work. If the Huns can take over a wall with a bunch of horses, your wall don't mean shit to nobody, okay?
Hashtag Berlin Wall.
Like walls don't work, okay?
Yeah.
Walls don't work. Iron curtains don't work. Like, these imaginary land borders don't work.
I was gonna say the Iron Curtain, I think, was a metaphor.
It was, but it didn't work.
you know the only border that works? The Mason-Dixon line.
Why does that one work?
Because you cross it and you are most certainly in a different fucking world.
Okay.
You go south of the Mason-Dixon, all of a sudden fucking big hot dogs exist.
Wait. No. The North Korea and South Korea border also works. Because those guys just stand there talking smack to each other all day and laughing and making jokes.
And waiting for somebody to try to run.
Yeah, and waiting for it was like, oh, he stepped over the yes side. You got him. Bang, bang.
Nothing else to do.
Like, I feel like the guys on the South Korean side, like, let people run. And the guys on the North Korean side also just let them run. It's like, all right, well, when you get over there, you do realize you're dead, right?
No, they try to shoot them.
Oh, damn. The guys try to shoot them on their sides?
Yeah. If once you decide to defect, you are no longer a citizen and you are open. It's open season on your ass. Did you not see the guy that defected from North Korea to South Korea?
Nah.
No, they tried to run him over with a Humvee.
Damn, that's wild.
And like he had crossed the border, and they were still shooting his ass.
They were still shooting at him.
Like he was in no man's land, and they were still popping caps at this dude, and he finally made it. And like
he made it further enough.
He made it far enough, and the South they came and picked him up, and they were like he had like 3 broken ribs and like 3 gunshot wounds in his leg and shit. Like
he was just running.
They were making sure, but no, you don't defect because you know too much.
Another thing, because this has been eating me up all year, and I've been waiting for the proper platform to talk about it. If Kanye West says slavery was a choice one more fucking time, I'm gonna need somebody in Chicago to do something to him. Save my man. Get him out of Hidden Hills, Calabasas. Dear black people, do not move to Hidden Hills, Calabasas. It is the sunken place. Drake's out there. Look at Drake.
Champagne coffee.
like Drake done changed cultural identities to live out there. Look what happened to Kanye. And think about this for a second. If I'm married and I have an issue with my neighbor is not then coming to hang out with my wife and kids on New Year's Day and take photos. And, like, my brother-in-law not hanging with my neighbor. My sister-in-law not hanging with my neighbor. Like, my family is not popping it with this guy. Yet, Kylie and Travis was at Drake's party like nothing happened. Like homie didn't just... I'm gonna need y'all to get out of California, fellas. Drake, you go back to Canada. Kanye, you go back to Chicago. Y'all stay at home for a couple of months. Reconvene back in the middle somewhere. Figure it out. Someone save Kanye West. And this is weird because a couple years ago I would have told you Drake's a pussy. I don't think Drake can take Kanye. Kanye, you not in a good spot right now. Your guys ain't protecting you. Drake already told you he knows somebody, right? El Chapo already threatened Trump, and Chapo's dead, but they still coming for Trump. You not safe no more, dude. Stop doing this trolling shit, okay? 6ix9ine in jail. The guys you want to be like are all going to jail, Kanye. You do this every time you reinvent yourself. You try and become these people thinking it's safe. When you wanted to blow up and rap, you wanted to be Jay-Z and backpack rappers, and you did that. Then you wanted to be super producer, and you became Just Blaze and Switch Beats. Like, we see you, fella. Cut the shit. I'm done with Kanye for now.
Are you?
Yes, I...
Are you sure?
Ugh.
There is nothing else.
You know something else is always going to come up because you're going to say something that's going to make me think back to some other fuck shit he did this year.
The only thing I have to say about this is when it comes to a lot of black people, it's a problem to the point where they literally made a show about it called BAPS, which is called Black American Princesses. Just don't watch it. It'll make you angry. But basically, there are some, not all, who feel that money will save them.
I can see that.
Like, they get rich enough.
All their problems just go away.
Well, not even all their problems will go away. The racism goes away.
Yo.
Like, they get rich enough, it's like, I'm one of you now. But here's the thing, it's like, you're saying to yourself, I am now one of you. I'm not like them. But what you fail to understand is, if you're driving around a rich white neighborhood at night in a Mercedes-Benz wearing a hoodie, they're going to think you stole that shit, and congratulations, you just earned yourself a bullet. It doesn't matter how rich you are. If somebody's racist, they're only going to see as a black person.
Say, racism is racism. That reminds me of some shit Lil Wayne said. Yeah, he's never experienced racism in life because when the cops ran up in his house when he was a kid to arrest his like brother or cousin or dad for drugs, and like was saw like him in the kitchen as a child with the drugs, that white man was the nicest person he has ever met. And I'm like, but Wayne, but you was a gangbanger, allegedly. like I'm sorry, like you are literally the guy that they're talking about when they say all black people are like this. Yeah. That is you, Weez. That is you. I just thought of another K who's been pissing me off for years. R. Kelly. R. Kelly. But you need to get some points. Talk your shit, but don't let me dominate this episode. But R. Kelly. I'ma hold it.
Oh my god. Okay, so you threw me off because now all I'm thinking about is the pissy sex cult. So it's like, well, now what can I say?
I mean, you can talk about J.K. Rowling's new book if you want to do that.
No.
You can. One of us has to bring the positives to this episode, and it ain't me.
The hole is deep. The hole is deep. So here's the thing that I have a friend. She posted this article on Facebook, and it was about light skin privilege.
Ooh.
And I read it, and I commented. I was just like, I mean, she's not wrong.
You're a light skinned person. You can speak
and
on
this. And I can say that. So she would, but she's darker. She's like a
not white.
Was that a message for your mom, who seems to think that I'm some white girl with a weird name?
My mom don't watch my shows.
My mom's not proud of me. Like,
oh man.
So she's a little darker, and like a lot of she is one of the girls who would have been in the MSA when we were in college.
Oh yeah,
the MCA.
The MCA. Okay, yeah. I knew exactly what you meant.
But she's like cool.
Okay.
So like, we don't really talk that much. I probably should get into contact with her. That was my resolution, to get into contact with people that I used to talk to. But
Does that include Nazca?
I personally have no problem with her.
Oh yeah, it was
my other half has a problem with her, and you know what? It's earned.
Yeah.
So
wait, does that include Roundsley?
No.
She also does not watch our show, so it's
she doesn't watch it, and she also is under the impression that we're still friends. And it hurts me that I have to destroy her life like that. But anyways, so I read the article and I commented on it. We had this conversation about it, and I was just like, you know, I feel like being a light-skinned black person in America, it's almost like I'm invisible.
I can see that.
So it's like I'm like a shadow person. Or like if you watch Welcome to Night Vale, I'm like the faceless old woman who secretly lives in your house. Like,
does every house in Night Vale has one of those? Or?
No, she's one character. She's voiced by the lady who played Matilda.
Oh, okay.
and she's just an old lady who she like reads your emails and shit. Okay. But so it's like there is nothing about me that is different than any other black girl you will come across.
Yeah, no, not really.
Like
2018 was the year for weird hair colors.
Well, not even weird hair colors, but it's just like I know. There was one thing where I know some girl. Her name is Arabic. Yeah. She's a black girl. Her name is Arabic. My name is Arabic. My real name, not my pseudonym. My name is Arabic. You know, her dad walked out on her when she was a kid. My dad walked out when I was a kid.
My dad didn't walk out on me. Shout out to my dad who also don't watch this show.
Shout out to Mr. Brown. shout out to Mo Senior for being the realist.
Whoa. I'm the second, so he's not the senior. He's just Mo.
Okay.
Yeah, you know I am. My name isn't Junior. You will not call me that.
Whatever you want to say about it. So, anyways. But it's like, you know, her dad got a bunch of kids out of wedlock. My dad's got a bunch of kids out of wedlock. So it's like there's nothing different about us. If you look at it, you know, with the mindset of a stereotypical black person.
Yeah.
There's nothing different. But I'm yellow. What they call pass the paper bag test.
Yeah.
So when people look at her name, they probably say, "Oh, that's mad ghetto." But they look at my name, and like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" People like, "Oh, how do you pronounce that?" And I tell, "Oh my God, that's so pretty." Oh, and it's just like, shut the fuck up. Like, if I was 9 shades darker, you would not be saying that.
Oh God, that hyphen.
Yeah, that hyphen. Like, why is your name so damn long? Like, fuck.
Yo,
why your face so damn long?
I remember asking you that like 3 times freshman year. Like, cause like when I found out your phone, I was like, yo, wait, that's a lot happening. What the fuck was happening here?
My father was 17 and smoking a lot of weed.
Yo, don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Did you see the mad? It's like, don't do drugs.
Crossing your fingers.
But no, seriously, no, don't do drugs. Drugs are bad.
But it's just like, what was I saying? Yeah, and like my husband's white. Nobody's gonna say nothing. Nobody's gonna say anything to me.
Nope.
I'm just another high yellow girl with a white man.
Yep.
9 shades darker. Now it's a problem.
I was like, be me dating in the city of Buffalo.
Exactly. It's like any darker, now it's a problem.
Like my mom is always beefing, like, because my mom doesn't understand my dating patterns because like she's not there to see it. Mm-hmm. But my mom thinks I exclusively date white girls, which anybody who knows me is not true.
Yeah.
I date women from all over the world.
Have you ever dated an Asian?
I've never dated an Asian because the opportunity has never presented itself.
Well, we need to go find you one.
I don't think the opportunity is going to present itself right now.
If things don't work out with your current, we are going to go out and we're going to find you a nice Chinese girl.
She keeps making that joke too. Like when we first got together, she always goes, "You never dated an Asian girl? Oh no, we need to find you an Asian girl before this can work out."
To be perfectly honest with you, I'm surprised things never happened with Tina. Like, I'm shocked.
Tina's a very lovely girl. I really love Tina with like all parts of my heart. Like, Tina is awesome. Tina and I could never or will never, are never a thing. Like, it's funny though, because I talked to Tina like 3 weeks ago. Like, me and Tina go months without talking. I just text her like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, "I hope all's well." And then like she'll text me back, and then we'll just stop talking again. Like, boom, we exist in that 20-minute space. Because like I just genuinely just want the best for Tina. Like, because she just, I just feel like her friends were shitty. And, like, she couldn't help that. Like, that's just the crowd she fell in with.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
some people have that.
Like, and she never wished ill on anybody. Like,
such a pure little soul.
Yeah, like, and it's like.
I do mean little. Gosh, she was small.
Yeah, like, we made Tina a form of measurements, like, in weight and height.
2 Tinas.
like, if you weigh less than a Tina and a half, there's a problem. Like,
well, that's like 8 Tinas over there. But anyways, after reading that article, because I never really thought about it.
Yeah.
But after reading that article and really thinking about my life and thinking about the things that I probably have never experienced.
Yeah.
Because I pass.
Yeah.
I decided to use that to my advantage. So, there's always the stereotype, especially in shows, where the light-skinned friend is the classy, sophisticated one, and then she's always got her dark-skinned, ratchet-ass friend.
Yeah.
I decided to not do that. My best friend is dark-skinned. Way less likely to pop off than me.
Very much so.
Very much less likely to pop off than me. Also, when it comes to, like, names. Because I've read so many things where people are like, oh, somebody, like, I hate when people don't even try to pronounce my name right, or there was this lady who she was at work and the guy called her by the wrong name and she corrected him. He goes, oh, sorry, I just don't know how to pronounce those names. So she goes, well, what are those names?
Oh, that's a snuff.
And so she said,
I'm going to HR, I feel harassed.
No, she got revenge on him because she goes, oh, that's okay. I don't know how to pronounce white names either. So every time she saw him, she called him by a different standard white guy name.
Like Bob, Ted.
Yeah. Brad, Chad, Thaddeus, Craig. And then she did it in emails. So whenever they had like group emails for the team, she would say, oh, thanks, Frank. And everybody knew why she was doing it and nobody stopped her. Because they were like, listen, dude, don't be a dick. So basically, I do not respond unless you say my name correctly. In the hopes that...
I mean, what if I'm trying? What if I'm genuinely trying?
If I've just met you,
okay,
and you're like you say you're looking at my ID or for something,
yeah,
and you say it wrong, I'll correct you. Anytime after that, that's your ass. You get one shot.
In all fairness, there's a lot. There's a lot of names. Like today, I work at the same job as my old landlord, and I was reading the name to him, and like it was like Patricia, Slavorsky,
something
George.
Polish.
Yeah, but it was like a SLOG random J in the middle, SKIWI. Like it just started bugging out.
I think J's are Y's.
Okay, but like it just like it got real random, and it's like, you know what? My job is to collect the computers and fix them. And I've been looking for this woman for like 2 weeks, and I'm only reading it off to you. Because I hadn't been reading it off to anybody else. Because I know you. And you know I'm not intentionally butchering this lady's name.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh my God, you got that so far. I'm like, dude, I didn't get your name right till like the second year of living there. Because you never corrected me on it.
Yeah. No, I correct people.
And if I have to read it, like, if you tell me how to pronounce it and I don't see it, cool. I'll get that right every time. But if I sat down to read it, it's just like, the fuck is happening here?
Look, if you have to try to guess on your own and you mess it up, whatever. I can't really fault you for that. But if you call me, let's say you're a bill collector or whatever, like, yeah, I'd like to speak to so and so, and I'm like, I will immediately correct you, and then say, yeah, that's me.
And immediately after that, I'll stop saying your name. Yeah. Once you correct me, I'm no longer saying your name. It's a dub.
I just mean people in life. I will correct you one time. You get one correction. Roll it over in your brain, swizzle it around on your tongue, and figure it the fuck out. Because I'm not going to sit here and let you keep calling me by the wrong name. When I worked at a McDonald's, my manager was calling me by some other shit, and I stood there, and he was standing 5 inches away from me, directly in my ear hole, saying my name, and I just kept doing other shit, because I'm not going to answer you. And until somebody else said something, and then he said it right, and I said, yes. Like, listen, no. And there's a reason why I do that. Because now... if you come across in one of those names and it's a dark-skinned person, you're gonna fucking say that shit right because she might be crazy. Because if the dark-skinned girls are crazy and the light-skinned girls aren't, and I'm nuts, what you think she gonna do?
The way I look at it is, if I can't get your first name right, but I can get your last name right, you are now pronoun, last name. That's it. And if I can't get your last name right, but I get your first name right, I don't care how much it upsets you. I'm calling you by your first name. I'll throw a pronoun in front of your first name if that's how you prefer to be addressed. But I'm not going to be butchering your name over and over so you and all your friends keep looking at me like I'm crazy.
But you wouldn't. Because once you get the correction, you now know how to pronounce it.
Yes, that's true with your name. How long did it take me to learn Christina's last name?
Well, how long have you been smoking weed and addling your braid?
Whoa.
Perhaps.
I don't smoke weed. I can pass a drug test today. What are you talking about? I can pass a drug test right now.
Listen. Your FBI agent already knows. He sees you. There is no denying.
Oh my god. Now see, had you asked that, you said how long I've been drinking and that in my brain, you know, I can give you dates, times, locations. Like,
I can give you the coordinates. Like, it's a little file.
But I'm not gonna confirm or deny that last bit.
Yeah. Like, he neither confirms nor denies that he smokes weed, but he can say that his brain has been addled in one way or another. Be it the bomb kush or otherwise.
I mean, listen. As a young black man from Brooklyn, I have PTSD.
Wow, you know what that sounds like?
What?
An excuse.
Why did you bring this show back? Why, dude? I knew what this was when I signed up for it, and I called her anyway. You know what I mean? You know how many people wanted your seat? Like, people were clamoring for your spot.
And if you had allowed those other people, we would still be talking about Kanye.
Right? Oh my god, why'd you bring me back there? Oh. But speaking of dirty motherfuckers, R. Kelly. Like, I ain't I ain't forget about Mr. Robert Kelly over there.
It is mind-boggling to me that he is so well known for being as nasty as he is, and yet people are still going to his concerts.
You know he's still on tour.
Throwing panties on stage.
Because that's how you get into the cult. That's the indoctrination. Like, you ever look at an R. Kelly concert and see
he's running around, he's like sniffing the panties to see who's got the right scent.
Like, on a serious note, I was looking at an R. Kelly tour tape. Mm-hmm. And I ain't seen no dudes in the first 5 rows like he bought them seats out himself and placed women in them seats. There was no dudes in the first 5 rows. I've never seen this before.
And he just got bodyguards like scouting.
Like, I really think that...
Which one of them looks vulnerable and easy to manipulate?
Like, I really think that, like, he bought those seats, right? And was sitting at the counter, like, scouting women. Oh, she's hot. Oh, she's hot.
That one.
Yeah, that one looked young enough. Like, I think that's what's
going on. She looked way too young to be at this concert. She perfect.
Like, I think that's what's going down. But it's just like, yo... I always bring it home first. Black people, it's time to get rid of R. Kelly. Stop support. Look, we might be able to save Kanye. We cannot save R. Kelly. That man is sick. He needs help.
It's like he married Aaliyah when she was 14. That wasn't enough of a red flag. Then you found out that he got arrested for pissing on a 12-year-old. That wasn't a red flag. That wasn't enough of a red flag. Now he got a sex cult. And not only that, it's either his girlfriend, his wife, or whoever he with now. She's like 19. And they got kids together?
And he like 60, 70.
He's something like that.
Like, he up there with Hugh Hef.
He's 49.
But in the same respect, can we condemn R. Kelly and not condemn Hugh Hef?
We can always condemn Hugh Hef.
Because, like, Hugh Hef died and then all the creepy motherfuckers came up to play.
That's because he had a protection spell on all of them. He's dead. The magic died with him.
The Horcrux is gone.
The Horcrux is gone. The seal has been broken. The stone table has been broken.
Like... Oh my god.
He was a sacrifice. It's like all the other dudes that came out were just fuck boys. He was the fuck father. Yeah. He had to go.
I think Weinstein was worse than no, actually, Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey. I love me a Kevin Spacey movie. But I'm starting to understand what you were saying last year about Kevin Spacey being the root of all evil. Like, yo, Kev, if you're watching this, don't condemn me because I want to see you act again. But you can't get caught sleeping with young boys and then be like, oh yeah, I'm gay. That's not how that move worked, bro. That was the wrong move.
See, here's the thing, though.
Oh shit, wait, it happened again. What? Black people were talking about R. Kelly. Got distracted by other things, and this is how I keep getting away with it, because we get distracted by other things. Like,
he's like a wizard.
Like, you invoke his name, and he gets past it.
Like, you invoke his name, and all of a sudden, it's like the Sandman sprinkles like distraction.
And you just one guy.
Like, you're just like, what was we just talking about? Kevin Spacey in the sex cult. Yeah. and then he's like in the shadow somewhere, like
yes. rubbing some little girl's head. Yes.
He's like rubbing a pair of panties together, like all according to plan.
This isn't funny though. R. Kelly, you nasty. You need help, dog. Like, you need help.
This isn't the album. The fucking Black Panty album.
That came with panties. That came with panties. This made Japan, bro. I don't need panties out the vending machine. Especially the R. Kelly vending machine.
And it wasn't even like you could get an album with a different size pair of panties. They were all size mediums. That's how we knew. We knew what you like. You like children.
Was it women's mediums or was it like medium?
They were in women's medium.
Okay, like real women's medium. Like, I don't know how women's clothes work.
Yeah, no, you will never understand. It goes by measurements.
He did again. He did again. He got the house bug. Come up and start checking.
The R. Kelly distraction
yo.
He started talking about R. Kelly.
Like, focus.
It's like Vader. This is not the topic you wanted to
R. Kelly, you were gross. Your music is fantastic. Like, that's something else that happened in 2018. People try to take away from everybody's artistry because they're terrible people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you can be a terrible person and an amazing artist. Those things are not mutually exclusive. Yeah. R. Kelly, you're a terrible human being. Like, you are literally a stain on the earth. However,
Step in the Name of Love is that jam.
The remix to Ignition.
Hot and fresh out of the kitchen.
Wait, what if he was getting the people in the Jeep because he couldn't bring the young girls to the hotel room because of the cameras? What if R. Kelly been trying to tell himself through his music? We need to sit down and listen to R. Kelly, deep dive in his song. What if he been calling out for help all these years and we just been ignoring him?
Calling out for help.
What if he's been crying out for help? Well, think about a lot of artists cry out for help in their music, and we get so caught up in the music, we ignore what's happening. What if he's been crying out for help for years? What if the reason he stopped stealing Aaron Hall's life was so that we can see him for the terrible human being he was?
Who's Aaron Hall?
So you remember when R. Kelly was bald on the TP2 album?
Yeah.
That was, so like, look up Aaron Hall. R. Kelly literally stole his whole style originally from Aaron Hall.
I feel like R. Kelly's whole life went downhill when he stopped doing those songs with Kelly Price and the Isley Brothers.
I think they knew about a lot of shit and was like, nah, son, we good.
It was like right after Trapped in the Closet. It's like
kind of like how Oprah definitely knew about Weinstein. We ain't forget Oprah.
We didn't forget.
Damn, why my eyes don't look open? Like, my eyes are wide open, though. Like, my eyes never look open.
I don't know.
Like this years of alcohol abuse on my face. Like,
it's so...
He did it again! Oh my god! He did it again! But no, seriously, like, R. Kelly could have been crying out loud because, like, he don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Like, a little bump and grind? Like,
Now you're doing... now you sound like my English teacher in high school. This blue curtain represents the crippling fucking depression. I just really wanted the author.
It's just like, yo, it's blue, dog.
I just wanted the author to rappel down from the ceiling and just go, shut the fuck up.
But no, on a serious note, like he could have been crying out for help, and like black panties was definitely a sign of, yo, bro, help me. Like with the whole panties being in there, that was definitely a sign for help.
Or it was or what if they were invitations? What if
you had to have the Dakota glasses, or
you gotta have the Dakota glasses, or what if or it's like Willy Wonka. What if you got the golden panties and then you got inducted?
Well, there was cult. Golden panties editions of the Black Panties album. It was like special albums did have golden panties in them. Like that was a thing. It was a special edition.
Wonka tickets, but instead of a factory. Now you're trapped in his sex mansion.
You're trapped in a sex closet.
You're trapped in a sex closet, getting peed on, and like emotionally broken down.
The moral of the story is, Kels, you are gross. Yeah. But Kevin Spacey, I ain't forget about you either. No. You are also gross. So like, I love you.
What's gross about the both of them is they show no remorse.
No remorse.
Like, Kevin Spacey literally was just like, okay, yeah, we can talk about the fact that I was raping little boys, but I think what's more important is how difficult it is for me, a gay man, in gay-hating America.
Did you see his newest YouTube video, Let Me Be Frank?
No.
Where he's playing Frank Underwood from House of Cards, but he's talking about all the shit that actually happened to him. He's like, but you knew what this was. You wanted me. You loved those things. You love me. It's just like, yo, Kevin,
No.
I don't know if this is Frank Underwood taking over because you're an excellent actor, or if you just broke the fourth wall so well and that this level of creep is too much. But Kevin, like,
or this is just
you've touched my soul in a way I didn't want to be touched, and I feel like I should have a case against you as well.
See, like, he's an eldritch being that was soul raped. Now you gotta go to the celestial court and sue his ass.
What's even worse about it is I watched that video like 4 fucking times.
Yeah.
Like, because he's right. I want Kevin Spacey to act. It's bad. Because that video reminded me how good he can remove you from what's happening in your day into the story he's telling you. Kevin Spacey and the Usual Suspect, that whole Kaiser story hodgepodge, and that you see all the stuff at the end which explained the movie, was just like, what if Kevin Spacey went in there and legit was sitting in the director's office, told this crazy fucking story, and then they decided to film it and make a movie? Like... And then they told him, you need to come back and tell this story, but as a cripple, so that the story's better. Like, what if The Usual Suspects wasn't a script?
It was just Kevin Spacey talking shit?
And that was him literally just talking shit.
I mean...
Because I can believe it after seeing Let Me Be Frank. I can believe that role.
Here's the thing. I've never seen The Usual Suspects. So.
You need to watch The Usual Suspects.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
You tell me what movies to watch all the time.
No, I don't.
Oh, they're just strongly worded suggestions with lots of passion and vigor behind them?
Listen, they don't know.
Oh! Okay. So now I just look like the crazy person. Yeah, podcast. Okay.
So you don't have any evidence.
Okay. Do you have any more things you'd like to talk about?
Another K?
Yeah, you can do another K.
Kaepernick. Do you, boo?
Yo, Colin, you were the right guy. You were the right guy.
Keep it up.
Like, no, excellent shit. We were, like, downing a lot of the Ks this year. Colin Kaepernick was the most positive thing of 2018.
Good K. What irritates me about that whole situation is when people are like, oh, yeah, you're so discriminated against with your $80 million contract. And I'm just over here like...
Well, let's look at Brady's contract, bruh.
And I'm over here like, okay, so he gets paid $80 million. He still has fucking eyes. He's still black. Who cares if he was adopted by white people and he lives in the suburbs? He's still black. He's a black kid in the suburbs.
That's the worst kind of black kid.
Yeah, that's the worst kind.
You best friends with the school shooter. You don't know it. They still gonna blame you.
They're gonna be like, it was that Negro kid from down the street.
It was all that hippity hopping, that Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Because Grand Theft Auto wasn't bad before San Andreas.
It was all that fucking that 3-Pac and that small biggie.
And that 6ix9ine Mafia.
And the fucking them Wu-Tang clans.
But Wu-Tang claims for the children.
But it's like, you know, it's like, you get a person, and it was so funny, I had to shut down a girl I work with, because she was like, well, first of all, I'm over here like, you're Spanish, shut up. But it was just like, she was like, oh, that's disrespectful. I was like, do you know how many veterans literally sat there and said, I don't care?
You know how many veterans agreed with him?
Yeah.
It was like, yo, we literally fought so you can do this, homie.
Not only did we fought so you can do this, we fought for a better country, not a place where a black guy can't go to the fucking store without getting shot by a cop. Because
next episode, I'm doing a whole episode in a hoodie, drinking gin and juice. I just want you to know. I'm not...
What kind of juice?
Well, generally you're supposed to do it with orange juice, but like I'm down for any juice. Per se, we can do it with a bottle of Bombay. Like
Bombay staff and some orange juice. It's gotta be Tropicana. Yeah. Gotta get the good shit.
I mean, it don't have to be orange juice, but we can do it. I personally like a gin and ginger, but after all this talk, I want to get my Snoop on. Okay. But I don't per se like orange juice. I like Sunny D. Can we do gin and that'll taste weird.
That sounds disgusting. You should get like peach juice or something.
There's no K's here.
Special K.
Not doing any of that. Special K cereals though. I fucks with the Special K cereal.
That's what I meant.
The red berries. Yo, red berries.
That's how you lose weight.
Oh man.
But anyways, Kaepernick,
excellent man.
Yeah, he did everything he could. And what was wild is like Dan was telling me like one of his coworkers was like, she was like, what has he ever sacrificed? And I'm over
here the entirety
like,
of his career.
I'm like, well, he literally got fired. And he's living off of what little bit of money he now has. Because he donates all of it. He
donates almost all his fucking money.
He donates all of his money to programs to educate black youth in urban neighborhoods. And he created his own program. And it's just like, wow. It's almost like he's putting his money where his fucking mouth is. Gee. And it's like, it's mind-boggling to me. Because it's like, nobody ever has an answer to, well, then what should he have done? Because you say, don't protest here. Okay, then where? Like, oh, but that's what you sound like.
I have an alternate for what he did. Like, I like what he did, but I don't like the follow through. I feel like while the spotlight was on him, it was cool. He did a lot. Like, again, I'm not saying a celebrity should use their platform to push a political agenda or anything. Like, he could have used his platform better, though. He could have definitely been out, like, he could have did what most fucking celebrities do when, like, they're in the spotlight. He could have went to YouTube and quite literally ran down all his points, right? Mm-hmm. And gave, like, not gave us moments, but a single solitary moment. Like, the silent protest was great.
Yeah.
Protest was great. I wanted to hear him speaking more. I wanted everybody to understand that Colin Kaepernick is an educated man. I wanted him to understand that this is more than a football player. It's like when that idiot told LeBron to shut up and dribble. So LeBron made a documentary called "Shut Up and Dribble," basically stunting on this lady. But
well, like, I wanted who else did the Dixie Chicks did that because somebody told them to just shut up and sing. So I'm pretty sure that was the name of one of their albums. Like, and it was like, oh, you want us to shut up and sing? All right, watch this.
I just wanted him to make people understand that this is bigger than this. And the debate was, everybody else was talking about what it was about, and by the time he came to say what it was about, by the time like you got to hear from him, the moment was over. Yeah. The momentum was gone.
What irritates me is that when you say like, oh, why is he protesting? And it's like police brutality.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, well, he shouldn't be doing it there. Where? First of all, do you know why they do the play? I had in a fight with Jordan about this. Because he was like, it was so stupid. Because I was like, why are they playing the national anthem on a sporting event? I can see if they do it at the Olympics, because it's an international thing. Yeah. I can see if they do it, when the Sabres, the Buffalo Sabres go up against, a Canadian team, they play the American national anthem and the Canadian national anthem. Yeah. Or, like you said, the World Cup or something. Okay, these are international teams. You are fighting for your country. And I said, the fucking Bengals ain't fighting for America. The Bengals are playing for the Bengals. They're paying for their paycheck.
The Bengals are paying for whichever old fuck owned them.
So it's like
the NFL is modern day slavery. Let's keep it a buck.
And I looked into it, and apparently the reason why they do the anthem at sporting events is to increase military enrollment.
Yeah.
So it's
patriotism.
Like, and I'm over here like, okay, well, the fact that college is free is motivation enough. Y'all can stop that shit now. So I was saying how I said, what would be a good compromise? Instead of saying I'm gonna fire whoever kneels during the anthem, just remove the anthem. Bam.
Did you know the NBA had this problem several years ago? So the league just wrote in players' contracts that they can't protest the anthem by they can't sit during the anthem. So that's why a lot of times you'll see players in Black Lives Matter shirts and stuff, and not in their jerseys. Because that doesn't breach their contracts. But they have to stand for the whole anthem.
I remember the one where they... what team is LeBron on?
At the time he was playing in Cleveland. I know.
Yeah, where they all had on the I Can't Breathe t-shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, at the time it was Cleveland.
Yeah. But it's just I say just take the anthem out. First of all, there's no reason for it to be there. Nobody needs to be reminded that this is America. Well, it's the Tennessee Titans versus the Miami Dolphins. We know where we at.
Well... I'm about to poorly quote Kevin Spacey here, but let me just break for a second. The national anthem goes against the U.S. Constitution. Because the U.S. Constitution and what we were founded on was religious freedom. That's what they ran away from. The persecution of their religion. Yet, we have In God We Trust on the dollar.
They put that stuff on there after the Red Scare.
That's fine. Take it off now. We're no longer scared of the red.
Yeah, we're no longer scared.
Matter of fact, the Reds might be one of the biggest gangs out in the country, outside of the police, outside of the NYPD,
outside of the Blues.
Yeah, but like I'm pretty sure the Bloods are pretty huge, and they like their red, and that record button's red, and this case is red, and I'm pretty sure one of you's driving a red car.
You are just
angry.
The point was here,
and I just went all over the place.
You grabbed the steering wheel and just went. Fuck the GPS.
Yo, it's the meme. It's the meme where Jason takes the wheels like, no.
But anyways, but it's yeah.
And Mario's red.
Yeah, it's like we were founded on religious freedom, but everybody uses religious reasons as to why certain laws should be in place.
They want to govern. They want to govern morality, and you can't govern morality. Everybody's moral compass is different.
Yeah.
Murder's bad.
I read. Okay, that's another thing. So in freshman year of college, I read a book called Evil.
Okay.
Inside Human Cruelty and Violence.
Yeah.
And it was about how the concept of evil is relative to who you are and where you live.
Yes.
So, Colin Kaepernick, him kneeling during the anthem to people who are intellectual is not an evil act. But to others...
To the people the NFL is marketed to. Let's call it a buck.
Yeah.
The people who love the NFL are the same people who love NASCAR.
Yeah. God, NASCAR is so stupid. But anyways, that's an evil act. Or, do you know the Sepoy Mutiny?
Nope.
I think it was the 40s.
Okay.
When the East India Trading Company was taking over India.
Yes. Okay.
So... At the time, this was before the 40s, and this was like way, way, way earlier. They had guns, and the guns had these cartridge thingies that you had to bite open to get, I think it was gunpowder. You had to bite open to get the gunpowder out. But the grease that they used on them was made with animal fat. Most of the population of India was either Hindu or Muslim.
Couldn't eat the animals.
Muslims do not consume pork. Hindus do not consume beef. And it was beef and pork, animal fat. So...
They couldn't bite into the gunpowder.
So yeah, and so they went to their commanders and they were like, look, biting into these goes directly against our religion. And they basically were told, well, find Jesus Christ and fuck off. So the Sepoys were like, okay, try this for Jesus fucking Christ. And they fucking mutinied. And they bugged the hell out. And they started shooting bitches up and doing a bunch of wild shit. Now.
Just cause.
Justified.
Just cause.
It is only called the Sepoy Mutiny in the West.
What was it called everywhere else?
Revolution.
Oh, so it's this revisionist history I keep trying to tell people about, where motherfuckers will tell you a story because it fits their narrative. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like how in American movies, if I hear a dude with a German accent or a Russian accent, I know click that's the bad guy.
He's in the mob, or he's a Nazi, or something.
Like I just had this conversation with my boss. It's like, I think it's weird that Germany is, every time you see you see a German and you instantly assume Nazis, this, that, and the third. When it's just like, but if I were to say that about a person just because of the Confederate flag, I'm being ignorant.
Yeah.
Right? Because like, oh, the Confederacy wasn't about this, that, and the third. And I was like, I don't care what it was about. It's about what it became.
Yeah.
Because the Nazis weren't about persecuting the Jews. That's what they became.
Yeah. The National Socialist Party was about creating a utopia in Germany. Adolf Hitler wanted to create I learned this in my Evil book, actually. They talked about Hitler. And they were like, from his mindset, he wasn't doing anything bad. Because in his mindset, he was creating a utopia.
He had to create an enemy to create a utopia.
Well, not only that,
you gotta have an opponent.
He wanted to be on par with all of the other great big nations. He wanted to be on par with America and England. Yeah. And to do that, you needed land. And he, at some point, decided that the blue-eyed, blonde-haired people were the best type of people. And then it became, and like you said, it kind of, it was a snowball.
Shitstormed into this thing.
It was a snowball effect of, okay, well, everybody already hates the Jews. Let's just get rid of all the Jews. If the Jews are gone, that means we can take all of their land. Well, it wasn't even just the Jews. It was them. It was the Gentile. Basically, anybody that wasn't Catholic.
It was anybody that wasn't blonde hair, blue eye,
and Catholic.
In the reach of Hitler's mass land grab.
And heterosexual. Because if you were gay, if you were disabled in any kind of way, if you were Jewish, if you were Muslim, if you were Baptist, if you were not a Catholic straight person, ixnay.
But think about it like this. So where Hitler's idea was considered radical, let's think about the expansion of the U.S. from New York to California.
Oh, you mean the bullshit that is called manifest destiny.
Because it was our destiny to roll over here from England to take over this land that people have been living on for years.
Yeah. I like how people forget that half of the U.S. used to be Mexico.
I like how people forget that the U.S. used to not be. Like, it used to be whatever nations was here.
Like, it always irritates me when people are like, my grandfather... We about to
get all the bands on YouTube for this one. Episode 1 and done.
It irritates me when people are like, you know, oh, we're going to go to America and it'll be a great place. And then you have their descendants who are like, my grandfather came here with 25 cents and an apple in his pocket. Now he's a millionaire. Black people have no excuse. And it's just like, was your grandfather white?
Did your grandfather have a choice? Because prior to what Kanye said, slavery was not.
But not even that. It's like when they say, like when people like to bring up how the Irish were slaves. I asked Jordan about that. I said, okay, y'all always want to bring that shit up. I try not to be a dickhead that shuts down everybody else's opinions. I said, fine. You want to bring that up as a talking point? Tell me about it. And basically, it don't match. It don't add up. So
it don't.
From what he told me, I have not done further research, but from what he told me,
yeah,
when the Irish were enslaved, it was revenge. England and Ireland were at war. England won, so they snatched up all the Irish people and were like, guess what the fuck you about to do?
Rebuilding our shit.
So, and I'm over here like, it's almost like what African slavery was before the white people showed up.
What African slavery still is. There's still African slavery to that exact
but degree. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, my village don't like your village. We fight. I win. Your people now are my people. But it's not like you were slaves in a way like you're going to till the soil until you fucking die.
Yeah,
it's like you till the soil, you work my land. After maybe 5-6 years, now I'm going to teach you my language. We're going to teach you our culture. We're going to teach you our customs and our ways. You are now our people. Exactly. You belong to us now.
Yeah, exactly. We are one.
We are now one. It's like, you know, after you do your little ceremony, you get like, I don't know, your fucking face tattoo or whatever it is that we do in my village. And then it's like, you know, sorry about beating you with that stick last Thursday, but you was a slave. Now you my homie. Let's just sweep that under the rug. My bad.
It's not even a sweeping under the rug thing. It's like the people there, they would work the land.
Yeah.
Like, because I looked into this. They would work the land and stuff, right? And then when they were, like, when their term was up, because they had terms.
Yeah.
It was like
it was like indentured servitude.
Yeah, it was terms. When they terms up, they got a plot of land and was able to do their thing on it.
Yeah, you got a plot of land, you got a wife. You got oxen and shit. Like, they were like, listen, you did what you had to do.
Like,
thrive.
Yo, it was like, yo, the war's over. We gotta rebuild our shit. Y'all lost. We gotta rebuild y'all shit. Y'all gonna have to work for that because while y'all need to rebuild y'all shit, we also need to get y'all doctors into the way. It's like, y'all gotta get down with the sickness.
Like, ooh, I love that statement. Like, but so you can't compare them because the motivations were not the same when they started the slave trade and bringing them over to America. They basically lied to them and they were just like, oh yeah, we'll bring them back. Was basically what they started saying to them. And then eventually, what they didn't even tell them, they were just like, just go snatch them.
Let's go snatch them.
Here's 3 guns and a fucking starburst. Go grab me some dudes.
They can't figure it out.
Yeah, go grab me some dudes. You got it. And then they were bringing them over. And it wasn't even a revenge aspect. There was no, we went to war, we won, now you belong to us. It was, y'all are brown, and for some reason it makes me uncomfortable. so I'm going to put you in chains and make you pick this really hard to harvest crop. And if you die, that's kind of your fault.
If you die, you die. Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies.
And it's like, they weren't allowed to speak their own language. They were barely allowed to speak their new language. They weren't allowed to read it. They weren't allowed to write it. They couldn't practice their own religion. The religion you taught them was a bastardized version of the actual religion that you were really practicing. Fucking... They weren't treated like people. If your house burned down and 3 of your slaves got caught in the building, you would care more about the fact that your couch caught fire than you would that your slaves are dead.
I mean, Django Unchained was a perfect example of that shit.
I still haven't seen it. But it's like, people, even now, people treat their dogs better than they treat other people. But back then, it was doubly true. Your dog would have a silk pillow to sleep on, and a velvet fucking leash, and have the greatest groomers. But then you see your slave spill some tea, and it's like, fucking grabs a bottle, and
here's where people don't. Here's where people say, "Well, look at it like this: slavery's over now," and like, look at Jay-Z, look at LeBron, look at Kobe. Just go be like that, guys. And what I'm saying to me, it says, "Damn, I'm about to quote Kanye West." Like, if I'm not dribbling a ball or running a track meet, there is no place for me.
Yeah.
Like,
if you're not entertaining them in some way, they don't want you.
Exactly. If I'm not providing you some type of entertainment, I'm not necessary.
That's why it always boggles my mind when people are like, "Don't name your kid anything crazy because how is that gonna look at a resume?" Who the fuck cares? If you cannot walk into a boardroom and say, "This is my CFO, Tycrecia Richards," show her some goddamn respect, then maybe you don't need a goddamn business. You don't need to be the CEO of somewhere. It shouldn't matter what their name is. It shouldn't matter what they look like. What are your qualifications? What can you do for me? What can you bring to this fucking company? Can you do your goddamn job? Can you do it well? Are you going to embezzle millions out of my pocket? I hope not.
Yeah, get your Bernie Madoff on.
But what's crazy, resumes, that's another episode. But it's like, it shouldn't matter.
Are we just going to do the alphabet? Like, we start at K and then so...
Just going to work our way down.
So L.
Yep.
Right.
Like, it shouldn't matter what the person's name is, and it shouldn't matter what they look like. What can you bring? I don't care if you have to step away from your desk for 10 minutes every 3 hours to pray to the fucking flying spaghetti monster. I don't give a shit. I just know I want them depositions on my goddamn desk by 3 o'clock. And if you can do that, and you can pray to the flying spaghetti monster, then
wait. You know what? Go back to your name thing for a second. People always talk about how black people name their kids crazy. Bronx Mowgli. Bronx fucking Mowgli. That's all I gotta say about that. That's it. I'm done here. Bronx Mowgli.
Apple. Audio science.
Well, Rebel
Anarchy and Chaos.
Yeah, it's just like, fuck out of here. Like, I don't want to hear it about names.
Yeah.
In 2019, as long as your kid name isn't like Adolf Hitler, Taliban,
chlamydia,
blow them all up, like
gonorrhea. As long as your kid isn't named after some like mass serial killer,
as long as your
like
kids,
an STD.
As long as your kid's name don't equal KKK, NRA,
MIB,
Nazi, like as long as your kid name don't secretly tied a hate group, like,
or just something stupid.
Hell, you can name your kid Lucifer Damian Morningstar for all I care. Do it up.
Actually, I want to meet that kid. If your name is Lucifer Damian Morningstar, comment below. We want you.
Just don't, like let people live their lives. Like, if you got a crazy name and it's spelled kind of crazy, but like it's supposed to be pronounced one way, it's pronounced one way and it's spelled another way. Like, if your name is
Absidy,
but it's spelled ABCDEFOD. Yeah. Like, I was about to do the whole alphabet because
it's just ABCDE.
Or if your name is Tyrone, but it's spelled Bobby, I'm spazzing on you.
What was that one? It was an animal called a dick, and somebody was like, "Is it pronounced dick? Like dick?" And somebody's like, "No, it's pronounced like xylophone." And somebody went into the Wikipedia page and changed it so that it said dick, pronounced xylophone.
Oh man. Yo, but good times. Like, we got anything else on the docket?
Well, we were talking about names and how people are stupid.
Well, people are always gonna be stupid. That could be a running thing.
Yeah, but I was mainly talking about we were talking about how everybody says slavery is over, and I was gonna say that if you really think about it, it's not. Because remember the one day I blew your mind when I talked about how far away it actually was.
Yeah.
So
slavery was like last week. What are y'all talking about?
Like if you really look at the timeline, because a generation is 20 years, I think. A generation, or even if it's not, let's say a generation is 20 years.
Okay. I mean, during slavery times, that's about right.
Yeah.
If you was a slave. Yo, we are getting those fucking awkward pauses, turns of the camera on point.
Anyways. So,
Robert. Robert, whether it be Kelly or Bobby. Or Machine Gun Kelly. Because I think his name is Robert too.
I feel like it's not.
We're gonna. I didn't bring my phone. I was gonna say we're gonna start Googling on the air. Let's not Google. Let's be professional. Okay. First episode.
But anyways,
we can start Googling week 10.
It's 2019. 20 years ago. 10 years ago in 2009. 10 years before that would have been 1999.
Yeah.
So,
and Y2K was happening, and we were all supposed to be dead.
Yeah. So that's 1999. So that's 20 years ago. That's 1999.
Okay.
I was 8 years old.
Okay.
20 years ago. 20 years before that, 1979, my mom was like 6.
Okay.
20 years before that, 1959, my grandmother was young. Because my grandmother was born in 1946.
Okay. Yeah, so slavery's not that far off.
20 years before that, 1939.
No. 70, 50.
Oh, 79, 59. Yeah, 39.
Yeah, 39, you're right.
So that's my great-grandmother's era, let's say.
Yeah.
20 years before that, 1919.
Yeah.
So that's somebody's great-great-grandmother.
20 years
before that, 1889.
Yeah.
And look at where we at. 5 years after that, no, it's like 20 some odd years after the end of slavery.
Jeez.
So your great-great-great-great-grandmother, if you were a black person, could have been a slave. If you're a white person, could have owned a slave.
And the mentality and like...
And people see the years and they're just like, that was forever ago. Was it?
But you also gotta keep in mind too, it's like traditions get passed on. So like we have like groups of black kids who are not getting love from their parents because they were not loved by their parents, because they were not loved by their parents, because slavery was so long ago.
Yeah.
It's coming to the forefront now where, hell, these safe white people are now deciding, oh man, gender identity. That's the new buzzword. Because, and I feel like all these things, like, this is gonna sound crazy, and like I'm not expecting anybody to agree with me. I feel like a lot of these things happen to distract you from things. Like, it's crazy the way, in my opinion, it's crazy the way this whole new gender identity shit blew up in the last few years. Right around the same time, like, motherfuckers start getting exposed for their racism again. Like, well, yeah. It was like, oh man.
There's always going to be something to distract you from something else. They bring it in full circle. They do it in K-pop.
I was so hoping you were going back to Kanye West.
No, I think it was like 2016. One of the big companies was being sued by one of the people under them. One of the artists was suing the company
for torture, right?
No, that was recently.
Oh, okay.
That was last year. The year before that, it was like something in the contract, and they wanted out of their contract, and the company was like, "Fuck you," and they were like, "I see how it is." Okay, so they sued them. So it was like this big fucking thing. They were suing the company. So to distract people from that, they came out with a statement that one of the guys from that dude's group was dating another singer.
A male or female singer?
Female.
Okay.
So it was like, hey, don't think about the fact that he's suing us. Think about the fact that his friend is dating this girl. Oh my god. Because dating amongst celebrities over there is a bigger deal. Taboo. Yeah, it's a bigger deal than it is over here. So it's just like everything's blowing up. Like just now, to Kai from EXO and Jennie from Blackpink just came out that they were together.
So is the K-pop scene R. Kelly and these rape allegations? Like, dude, they sprinkle shit to like just throw you off. Like, you were talking about this sprinkle.
Yeah, and mad people are like, so they came out about Kai and Jennie's relationship. What are they hiding? Because when Hyuna and Edon came out, the whole world blew up.
Okay.
Because Hyuna and Edon was in a group called Pentagon, and Hyuna was a solo artist. And they had been together for 2 years before they came out and said that they were together. And the company was like, and they found out, they were somewhere reading a newspaper and found out that they got kicked out of their company. They weren't even there.
They weren't even at work.
They weren't even at work. So then, they made that announcement, their stock dropped like 10%.
Yeah.
And then they were like, it's not official. We was just talking about it. So then I think, but
I would definitely demand more money in my contract. No, now that I know I'm worth 10% of your stock, I'm gonna need that 10%.
No, she just left. She just quit. She just straight up quit.
Damn.
And so did he. So they both left. And bitches out there living her best goddamn life. She all over Instagram with her boo like, boot up, cuffing season, fucking Starbucks with my babe, like eating pork belly with my boo. Like, she don't give no fuck. She don't care. Hyuna knows something. They made all of their money off of Hyuna. Their company was this big. Hyuna showed up. Now they're in the big leagues. And they had the audacity. And they were like,
the audacity.
They were like, oh, wow, the decision came from the fact that we don't feel like we can trust them now. I'm like, I looked at...
You don't want humans to be human?
Well, not only that, I looked at a video compilation of people being like, yo, how the fuck did we miss this?
Yeah.
Because they were together for 2 years. They were in a group together. Because they created a subunit called Triple H. It was her, him, and another guy.
Also with an H in his name?
Yeah. Okay. Because Edon's real name is Hyojong.
Okay.
So it's Hyuna, Hyojong, and Hui. So they were all in this group together.
They didn't come out to Motorhead? No? It wasn't time to play the game?
And that's fun. So I'm looking at a video and people like saying like, yo, look at how they interact with each other. And I'm just like, yo, how nobody catch that?
Kind of like how the guys in BTS might be gay?
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
That's another podcast. But it's
it's going to be a while because apparently we're doing alphabetically. So it's going to be a minute before we get to B.
It would have to be G for gay. But here's the thing. It's one of those things because affection between men isn't a big deal in other countries. So like your friend can sit on your lap or y'all can hold hands, whatever. Nobody gives a fuck in other countries. So they do shit, and people are like, that's just them. Or like if you grab your friend's butt on stage, that's fan service. But then there's other shit where you're just kind of like, that's mad suspect.
Like when they were playing the Kiss card game?
No, that's a common game.
It's a common game out there. Okay.
Everybody plays that game.
Okay.
No, I mean like just certain people look at each other. Okay, take me and Dan.
Okay.
And how we act with each other.
Okay.
Now, we are both Korean men, and we are in a group. It's shit like that.
But we're buddies.
Yeah, but we're homies. But we act like the most married couple on earth.
Every time you talk about somebody else, I'm giving you the side eye.
I'm giving you the side eye. Any song that I write for our group is about you. And everybody knows. Everybody knows. I was just watching an analysis video the other day. Homie only wrote 3 songs for the group because he's one of the younger members. He doesn't really write the songs.
Okay.
But it was one of those, guys, look, I wrote a song. And so they made it. All 3 songs is about the dude everybody think he with.
Is that dude also the lead singer?
Yes.
Okay. See, I'm not being in a group writing a song and then somebody else going to sing the song. That just sounds
No, the guy who wrote the song is one of the rappers.
Okay.
And the other guy is one of the lead singers.
Okay.
And it's like, he wrote this song and everybody was like, yo, we know it's one of the songs he admitted was about him. And the other 2 people were like, we know.
We see you.
Because it's like the wording that he used and a lot of the things that it was like let's say the song was called fucking, I don't know, Angel.
Okay.
If you call him an angel all the time, like everybody knows that's your nickname for this dude, then you write a song called Angel. It's like...
You snitched.
It's like, congratulations. You played yourself. Who are you? Who? Oh. You're not sneaky. We see you. And it's like, there's, and it's just like, it's this whole fucking thing of just like, what do you mean y'all are friends?
They're special friends.
I feel like you're lying.
They're special friends.
But that's how it was with Hyuna and Edon. It's like, they acted like they were together. I knew nothing about these. The only thing I knew about Hyuna was that she used to be a member of the Wonder Girls, and she was in the Gangnam Style video. And that's all I knew about Hyuna. I looked at this video, this analysis video, I was like, yo, they look like they together. Like, who? Nobody knew?
What the fuck happened to Psy?
He's in Korea living his best life.
Like K-pop blew up, and he was just like, I'm out. He was like, all right, I did my part for the culture. I'm done.
Well, K-pop, not K-pop. Psy is, I'm trying to think of an equivalent. Because he's one of their, like, older singers. Like, Gangnam Style was off of his, like, 6th album.
Oh, damn.
So, he punched the door open for everybody.
Do you think it's funny that, like, on the cover that, like, they tried to make him look like Kim Jong? Like, did you peep that, like, on the Gangnam Style album art cover, they tried to make him look like Kim... On the single cover, I mean, they tried to make him look like Kim Jong?
He probably did that.
Okay, because, like, I thought it was too funny.
Well, here's the thing. He does look like Kim Jong. That's not his fault. Somebody probably said it, and instead of being offended, he was like, you know what?
Alright, do it up. Throw it on the cover.
Throw it on the fucking cover. He's like, Kim Jong ain't gonna see this. They ain't got computers over there.
It's just nuke red buttons for nuke. This nuke drops strawberry flavors.
So it's like, fucked up. He was like, fucking, I don't give a fuck. So, who knows? This is all speculation. I don't know, Psy. But, like, it's just, he don't give a fuck. That's like, Seungri, one of the members of Big Bang, not BTS. He has a song called Where Are You From? Mm-hmm. The music video is him showing up to the UN. And there's a dude that's supposed to be Donald Trump and a dude that's supposed to be Kim Jong, and they're fucking fighting like toddlers, and it's a whole wild thing, and Minho shows up and just raps everybody into the floor. Well, not really.
Like, raps everybody into the floor?
Like, his... I don't really remember his verse.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it again, but you know me. I grew up on 90s rap. I grew up on a specific kind of flow. And if it doesn't fit that
You should listen to Pusha T.
Pusha
T. Why? Because he fits that 90s rap flow.
I feel like I've heard a song by Pusha T before. But, like, I'm used to a certain flow, and if the song doesn't fit that flow, or if the way you... like, you could be saying the most bombest thing ever. If the flow is like... I can't... Especially if it's in a language that I don't speak. Yeah. I have to go along with whatever the flow is. And if the flow doesn't fit, then, like...
It's like, I
don't care what you're saying. It's like... So it's like...
Zip them up.
Yeah, it was weak. That's why I love Bobby. Because his flow is very...
What was that Bobby song you sent me?
Which one?
No, it was one you sent me a couple weeks ago, right when my car got hit with the deer.
It wasn't Hold Up, was it?
Yeah, it was Hold Up. Oh. Love that song.
Hold Up is the shit. I have his whole album, and it's so good. He has a song called Alien. I was just listening to it, and I was just like...
Okay.
I love that fucking song. But, like, I love Bobby. He's a good rapper. And I like NCT. I love their rap line. It's amazing.
What's their rap group called?
What do you mean?
They don't have, like, a subgroup. I thought NCT had a bunch of subgroups. They don't have a sub-rap group?
Not yet.
Damn.
But let Mark rest. He just graduated from Dream. Let him rest.
Okay.
let him sleep.
They need to get the guys together. I just want to hear a Korean rap group. Like, that's all I want.
Drunken Tiger.
Hidden Dragon?
It's a... Do you remember that girl, that female rapper I showed you, the one that was half black, half Korean? No, Yoon Mi-rae.
Okay.
Her husband is... I think his name is Tiger JK.
Okay.
And he has a rap group called Drunken Tiger.
He's the joking tiger?
Drunken Tiger. Oh.
No, but you said Tiger JK. So I say he's the joking tiger?
No, JK stands for his name, which is like Jin Kyung or something.
I think the bit's not funny anymore.
Yeah, because I'm being serious.
I can see that.
So they have a rap group. They did a song with RM of BTS back when he was Rap Monster. So it's just like them. I listened to it. It wasn't for me, but you might enjoy it. I like Stray Kids.
Okay.
I like their rap line. Mainly because, like, the one guy who has Changbin, I like how he's like Eminem to me. He's got, like, this really aggressive, like, rap style, and I like that.
Okay.
So, I'm into aggressive, fast flow. And just, like, you have to have a good, like, it has to just kind of slide off your tongue like your mouth is made of silk. That's why I'm an author. I come up with that poetic shit.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we covered a lot of stuff today.
How did we even get here?
I don't know.
Distractions.
Oh, and on that note, we'll catch you next time. Peace.